Well, yes, in focus we'll have the new age tech companies which are listed in space, and of course they had got a strong hammering coming in their prices because they were chasing growth, but their bottom line numbers, that was the area of concern which the street was kind of factoring in. But the important thing is, the main thing is the path to profitability. Has that changed? Now, of course, most of the startups and the newly listed companies which are there in the tech space, all of them have come in and they have actually changed their stance in reducing cost and moving towards the profit levels. But the question arises, what is the status of the newly listed companies and where do they stand when it comes to their profitability? First name comes to our mind is Paytm, and Paytm itself has stated that it has achieved its profitability. Now do remember, this profitability is a EBITDA adjustment. These are the operational profit which they have come across, and they have turned actually positive and gone ahead of their guidance at least 3 quarters in advance. Of course, the third quarter results came off Paytm, and over there we saw that the EBITDA numbers after the adjusting the ESOP cost stood at almost 31 crore rupees. Now what was the impact of it? There was important upgrades coming in from the foreign brokerages, and also the commentary of the management, that was also very strong. Especially they had stated that the EBITDA numbers will be sustainable going ahead, and of course the cash profitability is something that they'll be also looking out for. But however, they haven't given any incremental guidance on it. And of course, regulatory risk framework, that is something which Paytm would be managing. So this is the first stock which we have spoken about, but there are certain startup stocks, there are certain newly age listed stocks which are still in the progress. So which are those stocks? Let's take it one by one. First is Policy Bazaar Fintech, as we call it, PB Fintech, and over here we see that they are expecting to be adjusted EBITDA positive, and the timeline is given is Q4 FY23. That means in the current quarter. Apart from this, also they have stated that the credit business, that itself is also going to be EBITDA positive in this quarter as well. So this is the timeline coming in for PB Fintech. Apart from that, now let's move on to Zomato, and that is something which is the retail investors' favorite, and the stock did get a hammering. But now we see that the important thing is that recently Dipinder Goyal, the head honcho of Zomato, he did state that the company is working towards profitability by also congratulating Vijay Shankar Sharma on Paytm's profitability guidance being achieved. Now, apart from this, Zomato has also stated that there would be a double-digit contribution coming in the short term itself. Now let's move on to another company which is there in the progress in its path to profitability. Now the first one of course was PB Fintech, second was Zomato, and third in line is Delhivery. Over here itself also, if you see Delhivery, the company is aiming to be profitable in the next few quarters itself, and this also includes the EBITDA numbers. Now do remember, there's a caveat to it that they have not given a straight line or a time where they'll be achieving their profitability, but the important thing is that express business, that is also profitable. So already we see 4 newly age listed companies. What is the progress coming in? And of course Paytm has achieved their profitability status, and in progress are your companies such as Zomato, PB Fintech, and also your Delhivery. But there is also one company which has been always profitable since its listing, and that company, that is Nykaa. Over here we'll focus on Nykaa, and they expect their costs to actually come down to 10%, and there will be a strong contribution to the margins. Now they have also stated that the margins will improve, and there are 2 reasons for it. The first one being of course their private ban coming in, and the second reason being is that the ad income contribution, that will be also very high. So this is the 4 important companies which you have been tracking, which is there on the progressing side of the path to profitability. And also there are certain important brokerage upgrades coming in the day's trade of also, all your new age tech stocks companies have risen between 4 to 6%. Now, firstly, I'd like to point out Zomato. CLSA has also maintained its buy rating, and the target price is set at 70 rupees per share. The results are also coming out tomorrow, and Q3 FY23 numbers will be a very deciding portion, and the brokerages are expecting that the profitability will increase from here. And lastly, also Paytm, there was a double upgrade coming in from Macquarie, and also they have given it as outperform rating, and the target price is set at almost 800 rupees per share. Now there's a very important stance coming in from this foreign broking houses, and they have stated there's a very positive surprise coming in with the management stance when it comes to delivering profitability going ahead. Now, apart from this, they have also stated that in the Q3 earnings, when it had come, there was a positive surprise coming in from the services of the financial services business. So all in all, we can say that it's a very strong momentum coming in from these beaten down stocks. And of course, the valuations are very high when the IPO had come, and that's what the street had expected. And because of that, there was a correction as well. But now most of the newly listed companies and even startups have changed their stance, and they're going towards cost reduction and moving towards the growth numbers. Now, this will be very interesting to watch, and we'll also look at the spillover effects which will happen in the startup companies as well as the companies which are launching their IPO. Especially in radar would be your Go Digit Insurance and even Oyo Rooms.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.